To you, beautiful one. I hope you are feeling your face having the sun. And I hope you've got something, gratitude in your heart. I hope you are here now so we can get to start our love morning. I love morning now. I love morning. Come on, we'll show you how. Good morning. Welcome to Love Morning. I am John Halcyon. This is Hug Nation's Love Morning Ambassadors of Love Meetup. I'm starting to think, can I say greetings, Love Nation? Or excuse me, I can't say that, but I could say welcome, Hug Nation. Like people, like Colbert says, hello, Colbert Nation. Can we be Hug Nation? Like, hello, Hug Nation. Is that fair? Does that feel okay? Hello, Hug Nation. Welcome, Love Ambassadors. And that way you can be Love Ambassadors from Hug Nation. Why did that not click for me before? Well, good morning. I am feeling, I'm feeling great. It's such a weekend. This weekend I did the Love Ambassador Summit, the in-person workshop and gathering of beautiful people. There were 10 of us, and we did exercises together and some tears and a lot of laughter, and we built a sandcastle together, and we went out to the Pink Heart fundraiser and danced. And I didn't do much dancing, but we socialized and gifted and did a bike-free pink ride around the club and issued out compliments and I love yous. It was awesome. No sound. That's really interesting. It says it's using my built-in. It says it can hear me. Abigail, can you not hear me either? Gerbot, can you hear me? Because I don't really have the means to do much else. No sound. Oh, others can hear. Let's see. Facebook, the sound is not coming in for Aaron, but weird. All right, man, that sucks. Cause I sang a great intro. Wonder if it'll be it'll work on the archive. Huh, that's frustrating. Well, good morning. That does not bode well. I'm having a lot of tech issues today. But overall, things are amazing because I am just feeling very good about the weekend. I had 10 of us for the Love Ambassador Summit. And I guess I'll say this again since the audio is not working. It just worked out beautifully. It was a organic unfolding of connection and some specific lessons and ideas and seeds of some of my favorite kind of wisdom nuggets that help me get through the world, and other people shared theirs, and Lisa shared a bunch of great stuff from her best teachings and teachers. And then we had lots of connection and laughter and tears, and then we all went together dancing, or at least out to the club, and gifted and connected and practiced being Love Ambassadors in a loud nightclub. We did a pink ride without bicycles and did a conga line, which now that looking back, that's what I learned how to do that better next time. We should have put our hand on the person, like an actual touch each other's shoulder instead of making a line, because the line got broken. But it was awesome, super fun being a part of that. And then we closed it with making a sandcastle together and decorating it with rocks that we wrote prayers and thoughts on, like we were creating a Burning Man temple. That was, instead of being burned, it was washed out to sea. Although I should go check and see if it's still there this morning. Good morning, Pierre. Good morning. Hey, Mark. Great to see you. Mark says hello from snowy Tennessee. Hello, Hope. Hello, Joyous. Gerbot says, I'm grateful I was able to participate in the weekend's activity. Me too. Yeah, it was a real treat. I really appreciated your presence and your additions energetically in these love mornings is significant. And so it was great to have your physical presence and your energy of your being a part of the summit. It was fantastic. So glad you're here. And thank you for the gift. I've got this beautiful plant that looking forward to bringing to my home, not here, bringing that to home today. Good morning, Jamie. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Send love to my back, please, says Jamie. I'm grateful that I canceled work today so I can heal. Grateful for MLK Jr. Day and all the people who have brought us to where we are today for the better. Sending you good juju back vibes. Yesterday, my back this weekend, my shoulder and arm was pretty good. And I don't know if that was adrenaline or what, but like when I was out at the club, I wore a neck brace. So I hugged people gently. I worked the hug deli even. And I said, I'd say, hey, and I'll explain it to them. I'm like, unfortunately, I'm here, on a workers' comp situation. So I can only offer one hug. It's off menu. It's a slow-mo hug. And so if they give me 2 compliments, then I would come in and go really gently. So that was fun. But I felt pretty good. And then at the end of the night when I drove home, I'd stay till 1. Then I started to feel my arm. And I was like, I wonder if I just was kind of adrenalized. But then yesterday, the day after, I felt really good during the day to the point like last night or not last afternoon, I was thinking, you know what? I've got this epidural scheduled next week, but maybe I'll cancel it if it keeps getting better like this. And then last night it started to hurt before bed, and then I woke up today and it's hurting again. So it's not as bad as it was, but I'm certainly still seeking healing. Now, that being said, I am doing everything possible. I have acupuncture today. I have chiropractor tomorrow and body work tomorrow. And then I have physical therapy the next day. And then a medical week. So I'm seeing 5 specialists right now. Good morning, Chris. Ooh, Chris is grateful for an exciting, playful, communicative new lover. I love that communicative is on the list of glowing attributes. That funny and a good sense of humor and good communicator are the sexiest things in the world. And also, Jamie, thank you for mentioning MLK Jr. Day. I just posted on Instagram a picture of my grandpa and I. No, I did not. My grandpa and MLK Jr. And my grandpa was a Baptist minister. And when MLK Jr. came through Denver in the 60s, maybe, it's on the picture. It says there's a newspaper clipping of my grandpa with MLK Jr. because my grandpa was one of the people, the local pastors that was his guide and driver and showed him around for the activities of the week. And it's always been a significant image for me. It's something that I share almost every year, if I remember to, because that picture growing up was so impactful just in recognizing our potential. It's easy to get caught up in thinking that the people that we read about, the Martin Luther King Jr.'s, the inspiring people, the Dalai Lamas, the Mother Teresas that we use as examples of people that make a difference, but they're mythical, and it feels like it's outside of our lives. Like these are the people who, the bodhisattvas, these are the magical, blessed superheroes. But that picture always helped me see, like, well, they're the people that we encounter. It's us. It's people. They're not any different. They're maybe extraordinary in their dedication, in their conviction, but they're not mythical. And I've always felt that to be an anchoring, inspiring idea. Good morning, Chris. I'll keep it quiet since you're on mute. Abigail is grateful for all 3 cats. Never lonely. Awesome, Abigail. I had an interesting experience this weekend. One of the participants in the Ambassador Summit was blind, so their seeing eye dog was there all the time, including the club. And it was just interesting to learn the aspects of that. Like, you don't treat that dog like a dog. You don't go and give it attention because it's working. And so that was interesting just to see that dynamic. And it was also interesting to see the difficulty. Like, we went to the beach together, and the lifeguards were saying, you can't have a dog on the beach. And then we had to have somebody kind of go up to the lifeguards and say, it's a seeing eye dog, and that, okay. Because there are laws. You can't keep somebody out because of their abilities, which became an issue when we went to the club, because the security of the club was like, no way, no dogs. And they said, look, it's super loud. There's drunk people. The dog is, we don't, we want to protect the dog. It's just not a place for an animal in there. And it was tough. We were, this participant was being incredibly courageous to venture out and I mean, I know how anxious I get going to a club at times, and to do that without sight, and then to get that courage going, and he said no. But we eventually talked with management and got clear on what the fears were and what responsibility we would take, and so then we all went inside and got to do love ambassadorship and gift, and the participant and their dog were even a part of our pink ride through the club. Good morning, Mingle. I love you too. Anyone else got anything that they are grateful for? I am grateful for this perfect group of people that showed up for the first Love Ambassador Summit, because of where I've been at with my body. I recognized that I had to really meditate on and think about what radical self-expression was and what authenticity was. Because when I decided to do this, I was thinking like big, bright, pink, bold, let your light shine. That's kind of the vibe that I have tried to, ripples that I've tried to put out there and encourage people to be brighter, to be, louder. And lately I have been muted. And so for a while I was really conflicted, like, how can I be authentic and participate and host this workshop? And so I had to be honest and say exactly that, like, hey, this is my authenticity right now, is this pain experience and this struggle, and just have faith that if we're genuinely authentic and truthful, then there is healing that can come from that. And I feel like that was the vibe that we all came to it with. And it was really, really great. Yeah. And I think that if it had been a different type of group, if I had maybe marketed a whole bunch and there were people that I didn't have so much connection with, people that were showing up to, I want to learn about, I don't know, some topic, I want to learn this thing so I can get this knowledge, I would have been worried that I was under delivering. But instead, since the objective was to come together and be a collective support, growth, wisdom sharing summit, the understanding and the compassion and the love from everybody was just so clear. So I'm so grateful. Hey, Gerbot is having breakfast with Chris, who passes along his gratitude for the weekend as well. Yay! Chris and Gerbot were both here. It was so fun to Chris is someone so some of us got dressed together, but most of us, I thought initially we were all going to get dressed together here, but this logistics and that. So we went off to get dressed, so I saw people back at the club. We met there. And so I got to see everyone in their razzle dazzle pink outfits after our day together. It was so cool. Chris had this pretty impressive pink suit. Good morning, Zoe. Joya says, you are being authentic by honoring your on-muteness. Yeah, exactly. That's Bonk says, good morning from the Holiday Inn. Grateful for Link sausages. Oh, man. Abigail is asking, how do you deal with, if you do, feeling like you have been too much? Sometimes after expressing myself authentically, I look back and convince myself that I was too much or annoying. What is that? Totally. It's called what do you call it? Vulnerability hangover. It's a thing. Vulnerability hangover. And it's something that I actually want, I was thinking about this because I want to make sure I follow up with people in the group, because it's a very common thing to go like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I shared that. What are they thinking about me now? I do that sometimes when I'm here. I'll go, and there's times when I will delete the video. Sometimes in the middle of it, I'll even say like, yeah, this one is just for us. I'm not going to delete this because it's so much that I don't want it just to be hanging out there forever. And that's the kind of feeling, right? You're like, oh my gosh, now this thing that I've been protecting and had control over, it's released. And I now don't have control over it. So first, just know that's a thing. And how do you deal with it? I think it's the same practice of having faith that if it's the truth, then the reaction is the reaction. And if someone is unable to receive you being genuine, whether that's being wacky or silly or sexual or whatever your vibe is that you're letting out, and if they cannot see that, oh, this is a part of who you truly are, that doesn't mean they go, I love all these things about you, I want to join you in that. But they go, oh, I see this as part of you. Cool. Thank you for sharing this completeness of you. If they can't get to that place, then that's them. That's the same person that says, oh man, these clouds are the wrong shape. I only like them when they're fluffy. That's crazy. Or I only like the trees that have no yellowed leaves on them. This forest, I don't like this forest. There's just too much dead leaves on the ground. Like, dude, that's what it is. It's everything. You can't just decide something is supposed to be this color green leaves always. And if you have a different color that comes through natural progression of the seasons, I don't want it. So I think you have to have a faith that extension of authenticity, while it is scary, it is what can invite deeper connection and give other people permission, becoming a permissionary, which is a word we use a lot this weekend. Or it can be repelling, but if it's repelling, it's kind of saving you. It's you're being spared from a dishonest relationship. If you have to pretend in order to keep their connection, is that a relationship that is really feeding you and is part of your growth and part of your worthiness as a evolving person? Or is if you have to craft the correct version of yourself, is that stunting your ability to evolve into your potential? So yes, it's scary, because it is scary and it is courageous. Good morning, Marianne. Marianne is grateful for her grandbabies. Zoe is grateful to have taken my first somatic healing ecstatic dance session yesterday. Wiggled my way into tears of joy. Oh, I love that. I had a wonderful tears of joy experience. Was it yesterday? 2 days ago? Man, it's all, I guess 2 days ago. Lisa led some singing in our workshop. We weren't sure if that was going to be a part of it or not, but it was asked for, and so we did some singing. And there was actually, it wasn't even during the organized part. There was a kind of a pause in the evening before we went out dancing, and there was some singing and mouth harp and ukulele and guitar, and I was singing along with Lisa. And as often happens when I start feeling the lyrics and hearing her voice and I'm singing with her, I just got so emotional and I started crying and had, it's like loving you, it's the best thing that I choose to do. You're welcome, Abigail. Good morning, Razor Blade. Hello to you on the other side of this beautiful planet. Well, I've got a busy couple days. I'm finishing up cleaning up from the workshop. I'm gonna pack up the car. Actually, right after this, I'm gonna do a record something with Zachary, who is in town, and the Nonsense Man. I've done some Facebook Lives with him in the past, and we're going to do a non-live conversation, probably related to the video I did a couple weeks ago about Matthew Perry and ketamine. So we're going to record something first, and then I've got acupuncture, and then I've got a Stay Sparked recording this afternoon. So busy day, but I'm glad that I get to start it with you for this gratitude and connection. I'm grateful you're here too, Razorblade. And so with that, wherever you are, give yourself a big hug and feel yourself in this embrace where you're holding me and I'm holding you and holding all the people that have been through this space in the workshop. They are in this embrace, as well as all the people in these comments now, and all the people that will listen to this later, all recognizing that we're so much more alike than we are different. We're all doing the best we can. So let's forgive everyone for the things that we might not understand why they did it that way, and let's forgive ourselves for things we wish we would have done different, knowing that with what we had in the moment, that's the best we could have done. So let's sink into that oneness and take a deep breath in and squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb, Martin Luther King Jr., and all of you Hug Nation Love Ambassadors. Thank you for being here. I love you. Enjoy the day. Thank you, Rob. Thanks, everyone.